Season 3 of The Mandalorian kicked off this week, and it was our first look at how composer Joseph Shirley would carry on the Mandalorian soundtrack after fully replacing Ludwig Göransson. And with that, we got two different moments of diegetic music and some really incredible variations on Mando's theme. This is Star Wars Music Analysis.
Do it.
The episode begins with low vocal chanting that leads into strings along with that familiar low flute sound, but notably, it's not the Mandalorian theme being played. This leads way to drums that enter next. The basic rhythmic pattern is a quarter, 2/8, quarter, and a quarter rest. As the helmet is built, beat 4 begins getting fills as well. The soft vocal chanting that enters as the youngling takes the oath entrances us until the Allosaurus attacks from the water. Energetic music plays as the Mandalorians, let's be honest, kind of get their butts handed to them. But as Din's recognizable N1 Naboo starfighter flies in, his guitar cue sounds like a war cry. As he turns back on the creature, variations of his theme play as well. Shirley immediately put his mark on the Göransson theme by giving these unique harmonies to the theme, which I really enjoyed. The guitar cue comes back once more as Mando, oh look, Grogu! As Din mentions Mandalore in the following scene, enchanting vocals enter, giving the planet a mystical feeling in our minds. His bass recorder motif enters several times during his talk with the armorer.
Has been crystallized by fusion rays.
But a traveler was able to retrieve
The
this.
drums from the opening come back once more as he leaves, signaling his own trial and ceremony beginning.
And I will see you again.
As Din and Grogu travel through hyperspace, the boringness of it is quickly gone as Grogu spots the Purrgil traveling with them. This is, no doubt, intended to be a foreshadowing of Thrawn at some point either in this series or the Ahsoka series set to premiere later this year. The music that goes with it is soft and mystical for these noble creatures as well, giving them a gentle theme. As Mando arrives at Navarro, his bass recorder motif enters, but he's then greeted by a friendly establishment with friendly, peaceful music. My favorite detail is that the Kawaki and lizard monkeys, which were seen being eaten in Season 1, are now safely part of the ecosystem. And we even get these Renaissance-style performers. The Twi'lek on the left is playing something that looks similar to the Chinese erhu. Oddly, this is an instrument that typically is bowed to create a sound, but this performer seems to be strumming that single string like a guitar. The Mahonic is playing something that looks like an auto-harp crossed with a lute. Oddly, both of these instruments have curved fretboards, which means that the string would need to be curved as well. In our own universe, this makes no sense because the bending of the string would give it too much slack on one side in order to vibrate, so I'm very curious how these instruments would actually work. The second Twi'lek is playing some type of handheld percussion. This is the only one that doesn't line up because that instrument is likely ceramic, clay, or wood, but the percussion instrument we hear and associate most with the Renaissance music is the frame drum, which has a membrane drum head instead. Lastly, the alien whose species I don't know seems to be playing a Chindankalo flute. If so, this is the same instrument being played by none other than Droopy McCool in the Max Rebo Band in Jabba's palace during Return of the Jedi. The instrument is similar to our recorder, which is interesting because Mando's theme incorporates the bass recorder. The entire scene, including the diegetic music, is a great parallel and contrast to the way that Tatooine was shown in A New Hope.
Hey, we don't serve their kind here.
What?
Your droids, they'll have to wait outside. We don't want them here.
Greetings. Welcome to the Fort of Navarro, gem of the Outer Rim. Our esteemed High Magistrate welcomes you.
Tense music plays very subtly underneath during the entire pirate scene. The climactic build leads into Grief still being the fastest gun in the West, I mean galaxy. And apparently all Anzellans are great droidsmiths. This is clearly a connection to Babu Frick from Rise of Skywalker, though I don't think that this or any of these are actually Babu. Light music plays underneath, giving these little guys a very friendly demeanor. And Mando, not being able to understand him, gave me a very Ron Burgundy type vibe.
I don't understand. Do you speak Huttese?
And you're gonna have to learn how to deal with that.
What? Were you saying something? Look, I don't speak Spanish.
As Mando is attacked in the asteroid field by the pirates, low aggressive music plays, but his theme keeps cutting through with short motifs as well, reminding us that even when he's in danger, he's the hero with the plot armor. And each time he takes one of the pirates out, his guitar cue comes in, like a ghost in the rocks and shadows. My favorite moment in this was the perfect fifth in the brass. Normally, this is reserved for the bass recorder motif, but here, it's on full blast in the brass. And I can't help but think how badly he would have fared if he still had the Razor Crest. The N1 is definitely an upgrade. But as Gorian Shard gets a lock on him, low brass reflect the size and dominance of his larger ship. As the field trip next travels to Kalabala, and we see the Mandalorian castle, ominous chromatic median brass chords and war drums enter, with a synth pulsing in the backward, giving us a very dramatic and warlike feel. But I would love to know what you all think as well. What did you think of Joseph Shirley's music? Did it hold up to your expectations or exceed them? For me personally, this actually added a heightened and new level to the Mandalorian music, and I can't wait to see what else Shirley does this season. This soundtrack was awesome. And what did you think of all the subtle references in this episode, like the Purrgil and the Anzellans? Tell me in the comments below and let me know if I've missed anything. Consider checking out my Patreon page using the link in the description, where you can help support this channel for as little as $1 a month, or download PDFs and MP3s of projects as I complete them, along with other perks at higher tiers. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to learn more about the music of a galaxy far, far away, and as always, may the be with you.